Hello there, humans. It's me, M. Dot Strange, and this is just a talking video. I'm gonna talk about some stuff. So if you're expecting some tutorial-y stuff, sorry. This is just talking. Well, let me add a little M here too. This is me. So if you haven't seen it recently, there's been a lot of talk about some of the founders of Fakeberg have come out and said, oops, sorry. We had like these evil intentions to turn you all into addicted drug addicts and we became billionaires. Now we're billionaires, so now we kind of feel bad. Oops. But some of the stuff I'm talking about, if you look up this douchebag
attention as possible.
and
Detention at
saying stuff
your
like
was
this.
all it. That thought process was all about how do we consume as much of your time and conscious attention as possible. And that means that we need to sort of give you a little dopamine hit every once in a while.
So what this douchebag is saying is that through Facebook and its various apparati, that's a word, they turned everybody into drug addicts, and their goal was to waste as much of the drug addicts' time as possible because the time that they waste, they turn into money for themselves. So they steal your time, turn you into a drug addict, and turn your time into money. Meanwhile, you get nothing. You just become this drug addict. And here's another Facebook dude.
Part the social fabric of how society
Oh, wait,
works,
here we go.
where I think we have created tools that are ripping apart the social fabric of how society works.
So what this dude says, he's like, oops, we kind of wrecked you all and turned you into like useless people who don't know how to communicate outside of Facebook so we could become billionaires. And now they're billionaires and they're like, oops, sorry, I feel remorse now. So yeah, I didn't know much about this whole dopamine thing, but it's a thing in our brain that makes us feel good. And I started thinking about it a little bit and I was like, how do I get my dopamine? And so I kind of figured that I get my dopamine from making stuff. Like, we all need dopamine, right? Like, we got to get it from somewhere. So, like, maybe that's where the word dope comes from. I don't know. Dope, mine, mean. Can you see that? Right? So, this video is for people that want to be creators. So, this isn't for normal people who are just consumers, who are just like sheep and just like, I enjoy consuming things and watching the sports ball game. I enjoy operating in crowds. Like, this video is not for you. This is for creative people or people that want to create things, do something out of the ordinary. So if you're not like a creative person, if you're just like, you know, some normie person who's like not about that, then you won't enjoy this. So you can click stop or go somewhere else. So if you're a creative person, having Facebook or the social media provide you with your dopamine is very, very bad because creating things is a lot of hard work. And at the beginning, let's make a new picture. Oh, no. Yeah. Don't save. At the beginning, so at the start, when you start, you get like 0 dopes. Let's just call them dope units. We'll call them dopes, right? Because when you start a game or you start a book or you start a business or you start anything that you're trying to create, there's not a lot of dopamine. You don't get any gratification because it's a long-term thing. There's no gratification at the start. So if you start out and you're like, you're trying to do whatever, you don't get any dopamine. You get 0 dopes, right? But if you go on Fakeberg or any of these other Snap whatever, or Instagoon or whatever the hell people are wasting their lives on, if you go on Fakeberg, like, you just sign up and it'll make a sound like "Ba-ding" and give you like some emoticon and you'll get like +2 dopes because those things are engineered to make you feel good, to give you dopamine. So you're like, oh, I'm accomplishing something with my life. Like, I was recently waiting to get on a plane, and there was this normie American woman in front of me and my wife, and she was like, she had like her back to us. Let me see if I can even draw that. No, that looks like she has giant side boobs. She didn't. These are supposed to be arms, and for some reason they're like coming off of her regular arms, whatever. So that was like the back of her head. She's like looking this way, and of course she had a mobile device in her hand like all zombies do these days. And like as she was using it, I could see what she was doing. She was like taking a selfie of herself, like waiting for the plane, like oh my god, and she was complaining like Americans do. Like all Americans can do is like complain and like talk about food and weather. I've noticed. I'm an American, right? But I'm like a weird American. I'm not a normal American. So a normal American just complain about shit. She's like, oh my god, we've been waiting here for so long, and the hotels in this country, and the Costco wasn't like the Costco, blah, 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 whatever. Wah, wah, wah. Let me just add a bubble for that as reference. That's not my point, but whatever. Wah, wah, wah. And so she was taking a selfie, and then I could see her uploading it to Facebook or Instagram or whatever. And then she started wiggling back and forth, like moving her hips like back and forth, you know, like children do or people do when we're happy. And I was like, oh shit, she just got some dopes because she uploaded some content that Facebook or whoever the fuck was going to monetize and make money on. So they make that little sound, ding, and give you like an icon, and then people like it and it makes more sounds. And that's the dopamine. So she was getting dopes and she was like moving like an addict. And like if you ever see somebody like shoot up heroin, like they'll just like there's like these body movements where they'll just like collapse, or I don't know. You see people use different drugs to do things that makes them happy. And or I was at a coffee place and there was some other dude like eating his food, and the whole time he was eating like he never stopped using his phone, and he was on just another fucking zombie. Let me make that bubble. And as he was like doing whatever the fuck he was doing on his phone, he was doing like the wiggle too. He was like moving back and forth in happiness, like a baby. It's like I never had kids, but I imagine if you like give a baby like a lollipop or something, it'd be all and like moving back and forth. That's kind of what he was doing. So this fool was getting dopes right there. He was getting hella dopes, main, like plus dopes, right? So look around. You might be one. If you are, be careful. You're an addict. But so these dudes, these billionaires, are like, "Oops, we fucked up." So I see it as kind of like you have to control where you get your dopes, because, like I said, when you start off with something, you get no dopes. You get zero dopes. Like if I start a new game project and I go into Unity and start Visual Studio and look at my code, there's nothing there. I'm getting zero dopes. So. But and the world around us, like Facebook and all these things, like let's just go look at Facebook. Fakeberg. I mean, I'm sorry. Like this place just has dopes waiting for you. This is a drug dealer, or like Instagram, right? I mean, Facebook owns them, same shit. So this is like a drug dealer. So look at this like a drug dealer, and then this is like the device that administers the drugs to you. So this is like your syringe right here. Your mobile phone is a syringe. And all these different apps are drugs, and they're giving you dopamine for really no reason. They're meaningless things. It's like, who gives a fuck if someone liked your photo? What the hell does that mean? Like, yeah. Anyway, I won't get into that, into the, you know, how it encourages narcissism and how social networking apps and profiles are just personal reality shows. But so you're not getting any dopes. So you can go on your phone and download some app, and you're getting dopes, right? Or let's say, you know, we play games. I can go in here and look at M.Dot's training. Has played Cave Blazers for 100 hours. He's wasting his life. But I only play it after I finish work every day for about 35 minutes. But so I can go in here one of these games, and you know, games are engineered by a lot of the same people that engineer the social media stuff, because we want to get you addicted. Like I'm not interested in that as a game developer. Obviously, I don't have any popular games. I'm not saying it's because I'm not trying to addict people, but that's what most game developers do. Like they use the jargon they use is like addictive. Like they want to get people addicted. So I can go in here and play this game and, you know, get some cool pickup, and it makes a sound, and I see a graphic, and like, wow, I'm powerful now, but it's doing the same thing. It's giving me dopamine. So I know that. So when I start my day or my work day and I go and, you know, start from nothing with zero dopes, I know that if I go play a game or I go look at, I don't have any Facebergs or any of that shit. If I go look at that, I know it'll give me dopes, but they're empty dopes. They're fake dopes because they're meaningless dopes. They mean nothing. They're just like some biological thing. And, you know, I think one of the keys in life is to become the master of your own mind and body. So you can overpower, or you can kind of rationalize against, you can fight your own body. So if your body's like, this is good, you can, think in your mind and be like, yeah, but this is meaningless. It means nothing. It does nothing for me in my life. It doesn't help me achieve my goals. It doesn't help me achieve my dreams, so it's fake. And I know a lot of the social media is like, it's good for marketing, blah, blah, blah. But yeah, really, come on, bullshit. You're just on there like, wallowing in narcissism. Everyone's looking at me. And like, yeah, you're getting some fake ass dopes. So also, if we think about stuff like, what can you do? You can go on a Facebook app, whatever. People can click your shit, make sounds, and you get some dopamines. You can go play a game, and you'll instantly get dopamine. I'm powerful. I'm a level 82 fucking whatever. And, get some dopamines from that. And that's what normal people do. That's how they get their dopamine, right? Or I guess I've never used it, but, you can go on something like Tinder and then try to, have your genitals touch someone else's genitals or insert them or go inside out them or put your head in someone else's, I don't know what the fuck. So that can also give you dopamine. Like, you see someone and I don't know how it works, they swipe you, whatever, and you're like, oh my god, I might touch their genitals. And then you get dopamine, and then, you go copulate with them and get some dopamine, and then, you get your STD results and get some dopamine if you don't get an STD, or get somebody pregnant or get pregnant, and you're like, what am I going to do with my life now? I'm pregante, I'm pregnant. So there's all these things that, are vying for your attention to give you dopamine. So if you're a creative person, a creator, you want to do something out of the ordinary, I say, this is me again. Yeah, this is me talking to you. You, this angry man. Let's put an M on my head. Let's give me some veins. Fuck you, Facebook. Ah! Yeah, that's me. You have to be very cognizant. Is that a word? I don't know. Is that the word? Let's see. Cognizant. Is it with a Z? It may be. It might. Yeah, okay. Having knowledge or being aware of. Okay, that is a word. All right. Rewind. You have to be very cognizant of what you're allowing to provide you with your dopes. Remember, that's the unit of dopamine that we just invented. Dopes. So you have to be aware of what's providing you with your dopes. And I'll just show you. So for me, I deny all these things. Video games, I'm like, this fucking means nothing. Yeah, I'm controlling some little dude in some made-up universe, but that means nothing. That does nothing for me in my real life. It's just some, pretend thing. I can go in here, and I just do it to take my mind off my work so I can go to sleep and not think about what I was doing. But you just have to know that you can go here and know that this is fake. I can go into Facebook and post some bullshit that I'm working on, like it's half done, and then people will like it, and I'll get a bunch of dopes. And then if I keep working on it, I'm not getting any dopes because, I'm offline. People aren't seeing what I'm doing. I guess I could fucking live stream it on Twitch or whatever and, like, try to keep getting dopes. But just think about that. Like, why are you doing things? Are you doing things because they're going to help you achieve your goals and your dreams and be what you want to be in life? Or are you just fucking trying to mine the dopes for the internet? Are you just... Like, I just saw this thing on Reddit where this guy was like, my girlfriend just got her heart transplant. He was like, took a picture of himself holding her hand. That's like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, you're in this moment and you take your phone out, take a picture of your hands. Like, that fool did that for dopes. So he's obviously living his life for dopes. So he's a drug addict. He's a slave for the dopes through one of these fucking sites that's monetizing it. So you need to take control of your dopes. You can go play a game and play for fucking 4,000 hours and get some dopes from that. Like, oh, I got a new fucking part for my fucking mech suit. And it's like, really, what does that mean? Like, if you're a normie, if you don't want to do anything with your life but, consume and fucking die and leave nothing behind but some carbon, that's fine. But if you want to create and actually do something out of the ordinary, you have to say no. And let's see. Okay, that is a word. So, like, I'll give you my secret for my dopes. So this is what gives me dopes. So here's my website, and like, when I finished one of these movies, it gave me a bunch of fucking dopes. Actually, when I was animating all of these movies, and every time I animated a cool shot and I looked at it, I got dopamine. I got some dopes. It made me feel good, and I kept going. Animate another shot. Get some more dopes. Finish a scene. Watch the scene. More dopes. You go through, make the whole movie. And so I became a dopamine addict through my work. So this is what provides me with my dopes. So most people, it's a fucking mobile phone as a syringe, and then the applications running on it are giving them their dopamines. I've arranged my life and myself and my mind and my body so that I get my dopamine from creating things, from my own work, because this is what I want to do. This is what I want to do with my life. This is my dreams. I'm achieving them. So you need to create a dopamine feedback loop that helps you achieve your goals. You need to like program yourself, be an addict so that you get what you want done and it makes you feel good. So now every time I finish a game, like when I finished my recent Face Together Face game, I got some dopes. It's done. Doesn't matter what happens to it. I guess if you sell shit and get sales, that would give you dopes, but just making things. So all these different things, every time I finished one of these animations or music videos, whatever, I got some dopes. Every time I finished a song and listened to it, I got some dopes. Is this dope? There's even a song on this called, Am I Dope? Where is it? Maybe that was on the other album. Simmons? I thought I had a song called Am I? Oh, it's on another album that's on here. Yeah, here we go. I am quite dope and quite street.
Fresh. He was quite street and his mind wasn't a mess. Oh, snap. That's me.
So that's my square rapping song.
Yeah.
But anyway, making all these songs, all these albums, these gave me dopes. And writing a book for no fucking reason gave me some dopes. Finishing these books. Yeah, doing some talk in front of a bunch of strangers in London gave me some dopes. So if I allowed myself to be like a normal person and like some kind of Facebook video game, I mean porn too. People watch fucking porn. Like they're like, I'm gay, we watch porn, I'm in a jizz, and you know they get fucking dopamine. They're like, I'm gay, and then like, what do you have to show for it? Fucking nothing. A mess. You got a stiff sock. But like, you know, if you're into that, then maybe it should be with like real people. That's how you get your dopes. But you know, be careful for other things. But anyway, I think you see my point, right? So you have to be careful who and what is your dope dealer, man. So think about the dopes, this unit of dopamine, dopes. We all want plus dopes, right? We all want them. So like for example, right now I just finished a game. And so now I'm looking at ideas for prototypes for future games, right? And so, you know, I have idea 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And it's hard. I'm just going to have to sit. I'm going to go to a coffee shop or something, sit with my sketchbook, and just plan out, look at these prototypes, look at how complex they are, think about what I want to do, pick one, and then go. And then I'm just going to have an empty, you know, scripts. I'm going to start programming, start building stuff. So it's going to give me 0 dopes. So it's not instant gratification. So if I was hooked to the Facebook or on a video game or Tinder or porn or fucking whatever, I would go do that, right? I would eat food. It's like people who are fucking super morbidly obese, like they get their dopamine from food. It's like, I just ate a whole box of fucking chicken, like, dopamine. So be aware of what's giving you your dopamine. And if it's not something that improves your life or helps you achieve your dreams, then you need to fucking refactor your mind. You need to re-engineer your mind. You need to rewire your brain. So the meaningless shit is not making you happy. So like I enjoy traveling, going to new places, you know. I'm lucky that I can do that when I can, but it doesn't do anything for me. I don't get any dopamine. So I've kind of like engineered my mind so that the only thing really that makes me happy is working, is making shit, because that's what I want to do. That's what I want to be known for. That's what I enjoy talking about. That's what I enjoy spending my time doing. So you have to kind of deny all these normal things that for normal people who are just going to waste their lives and let corporations monetize their time where they get nothing in return but an icon that bounces in a sound, a fucking emoticon. Like, I don't want to waste my life and be like, I got all those cool sounds and emoticons. Because what the fuck is that shit? So, yes, be aware of what's providing your dopes. And make it so that the stuff that you want to do in life gives you your dopes. And then you'll just be happy, and then you'll have a fucking dope factory. So, like, where'd my incognito tab? So this is my dope factory. So if I ever need some dope for myself, I'll just go, like, oh, I'll go play my own game, or maybe if someone like this dude's pretty cool, we made a Let's Play video, I'll go watch that. That gives me some dopamine, and it's like a good source of it, right? So we need to start looking at the sources of our dopamine. I'll go listen to one of my stupid songs, and it'll give me some dopamine, because, you know, I don't need a pill. I don't need a pill.
Just a weirdo. No,
That's just how I feel. I don't need a pill. I'm just a weirdo. That's just how I feel. I don't need a pill. I'm just a weirdo. That's just how I feel. I don't need a pill. I'm just a weirdo. Oh no. Here I go. That's just how it be. I don't need a shrink. Sometimes it's green, motherfucker, sometimes it's pink. I don't need to think, yo, I just need to be. Being myself is a fucking priority.